If you can't tell, it's cold. I ripped my jacket and I don't want to be out here today. But it don't matter what I want, it's what we've got to get done. So it's a dry day and I want to investigate if there's water getting in, because I do find that I do get a little bit of condensation in the corners, both sides. So I think we'll get the wipers off, we'll get this plastic trim off. We'll have a look around the pollen filter and we'll have a look to see if there's anywhere else where water could be getting into the interior cabin.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times it feels like nobody's right, yeah. So I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell could make me happy, and I don't think you have a clue what could that be. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing.
So everything's been removed, everything's been cleaned, and then what I've done is, you can see it's all wet. I've got everything wet to see if there was any water coming into the cabin, and yeah, there's no water inside the car at all. The car's still dry. So these seals that I thought were going to be leaking and giving way aren't at all. The cover for the pollen filter, I thought maybe that might have been cracked. It's not cracked, bone dry in there. So I've looked all around, sort of like tested the grommet there for the bonnet release, and yeah, I don't know, none of this seems to be letting in water. But you can see this seems to be a common area for water to build up, and everything in behind here is starting to rust. So I'm just gonna clean it all down and put some protection over it. I've got some metal component spray. But yeah, as for water getting into the cabin, I can't see anything getting through from the front here. So I guess I'm just going to clean it all up and put it all back together. And yes, I know I need to replace the pollen filter. It's minging, but then I need to service the whole car anyway. So, what have I been up to today? Well, basically, just been getting on with the back end. So, I was going to go see Russ from Trim Porters, show him all my headlining and how good it looks and all that kind of stuff. Come out here to start it, and it wouldn't start at all, even after charging the jump pack up, putting that on. Battery was completely dead. So, took the battery off, took it inside, and there was actually no water, no battery acid in 2 or 3 of the compartments. I mean, they were, I wouldn't say bone dry, but you couldn't really see a great deal of acid in there. There was a little bit at the bottom, and the voltage was dropping off quite a lot through the cells. So what I've done is I've topped it all up, this time with deionised water, and I've put it on a charge. But because the battery, I was waiting for the battery to charge up and all the rest of it, I thought I'd tackle the rear end. You can see up here what I've been up to. So this wasn't actually connected here for the screen wash. So I connected it up, it actually clicked in, but then when it clicked in I noticed there was a tiny little crack, so I put a tiny bit of butt rub in there, that butty rub. So we put a tiny bit of that in, and then I've just cable tied it up just to make sure it's on there. And the handle came out. So I've taken the handle out. It is definitely seen better days. I don't have a replacement yet. I will put this one back in for the time being. It broke everything. I mean, it was proper seized in there. But the reason why I wanted to do it is because there's actually no locks on the car at all. And the only lock that I actually have to access into, to gain entry even, is this lock on the boot. And this lock was actually completely seized up. See, again, there's no lock this side, no lock on the other side, just this one. So if ever the battery died on the key or something happened and I couldn't gain entry into the car, well, the boot is the only entry. So peace of mind. I took it all apart. It was completely seized, key wouldn't fit, and I wasn't sure whether it was the key, whether it was even the right lock for the key, but I've taken it all apart, cleaned it all up, lubed it all up, and now it works. So I can put all that back together. But I do need to go get a replacement. Yeah, absolutely minging the joys. But while I got this part of the trim off, I have also taken this bit of the trim off so that we can get rid of the grey and turn that black as well. Right, let's put all this back together.
2 weeks later.
So as you can see, I've gone ahead and ordered myself a brand new battery from Taylor. So, you know, I do find them to be really good price for their batteries. And for once, I haven't actually gone with Bosch, because I was about to order with the Bosch, and I stumbled across this news article, and it was saying about how Bosch batteries have been failing recently. Whether it's a bad batch or what, I don't know. I mean, I've got the Bosch in the T4, that seems to be fine. Yeah, although I did actually hear my cousin, I think his Bosch battery failed the other day anyway. So I've stepped away from Bosch, and we've got a different brand of battery here. Although they're probably made by Bosch or a partner company of Bosch or something, I don't know. And I also ordered a brand new vacuum line. And that's as far as I've got with ordering stuff. I'll be honest with you, I've been so ill recently. I mean, I've been really, really ill. I've had 4 days in bed, just couldn't move, and then I've just had, it's been an absolute nightmare. So I think, what is it, 7, 8, 9 days? 9 days, and I'm still not 100%. I've still got this horrible pain right in the centre here, and still keep going lightheaded and stuff. But yeah, it was just the flu that I had, just a common, just the flu. I did do one of those tests to rule out that other thing, but it's not that. So yeah, proper knocked me for 6. I couldn't do anything. I haven't been able to do absolutely anything. Haven't even looked at editing. I haven't even looked to see where I was at filming nearly 2 weeks ago. So it has been a long time since I've done anything. I can't even edit. It was just been headaches and absolute, and even struggling to get my breath some days, you know, just going to the toilet and then going back upstairs again. Whew, that was a killer. So I couldn't think what I needed to order, so I haven't ordered anything apart from the battery and the vacuum line. But the vacuum line I got from Car Building Solutions. But I ordered this a long time ago, but because of the Royal Mail strikes and everything else, it's taken nearly 3 weeks for it to get here. Right, so I'm going to actually go up. I'm going to get this fitted. I'm going to go up and order some new. What am I going to order? Well, I don't know what I'm going to go up and order, but I'm going to go upstairs and then I'll start editing, and we'll see where we're at. we go. So it's 72 amp hour, 720 cranking amps, cold cranking amps. Look at that. Oh, it's a fresh morning. Right, so I came out here yesterday, we changed the battery over, started it up, run it up to temperature, everything was fine, happy days. Came out here this morning and the key fob was dead, completely dead, wouldn't unlock it at all. So I changed the battery, came out, unlocked it, got in, as you do, key went in, went to start it. You see that? Immobiliser. And if you try to start it, this is all it does. It starts and then cuts out. Immobiliser says immobiliser activated. Oh dear. Yeah, I need to refuel as well. Yes, thank you. Then it's going to say that I need to service it because the plan was now I've got the battery. Yeah, there's a service. The plan was now I've got a battery was to start using it and then get it serviced. Yeah, I was going to go get fuel, take mum to work, and then the car said no. It's cold out here, as you could tell, because there was ice on the car and the car won't start. So I had to resort to using the van again this morning. You know, it's not that I don't like using the van when there's so much, when the bad weather. The thing is, I do have winter tyres, which I could quite easily put onto the van. Now that's a dilemma. Do I put winter tyres on the van and carry on using the van? Even though I don't like using the van through winter because of the salt on the roads, or do I get the Golf sorted out and use the Golf, which has got the 4-wheel drive, but then it's got just normal tyres on? I'm not sure. Well, that's another dilemma, isn't it? But first of all, I need to get this sorted out. So there's several options I've got. I can go down the route of the immobiliser delete, which I don't really want to do. I can then go down the route of, we've got a local key specialist, Alan Mead. I haven't seen him for years, but I do actually need to see him because I need to get the key sorted out, and I need to get it sorted out for the van anyway. So I do need to see Alan at some point. Or I take it to Vauxhall. Vauxhall? I was just talking to my cousin about Vauxhall. Or we take it to VW and we get them to code in a new key. Okay. Anyway, either way, I'm going to leave it here because I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm too cold, and I'm going to go inside and actually start editing this up because I was going to edit it up today anyway. And then yesterday I didn't film putting the battery in or anything like that because it's only swapping the battery over. And then obviously I was like, well, I haven't even finished the video. I started editing, and then I only got a few minutes into editing and went, oh yeah, I've done all the rear lock, I've got the boot handle I need to order. So actually what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do some research into the rear boot handle and what I can do about that. Yeah, and now obviously I've got to research into what I'm going to do about the immobiliser. Right, well, I don't know what I'll be doing next time, whether we're working on this or the T4, because I've got some parts coming for the T4, so I will be getting on with some work for the T4. Plenty of work coming up, it's just I don't want to be out here when it's cold. And I need to get this sorted for a daily, really. Okay, anyway, I'm waffling, so thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, because it's cold. Keep warm. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.